Welcome back to Dixie Alley Weather Center. My name is Caleb Crick. Today is September 24th, 2025, and I've got a lot of updates for you today, especially concerning the severe weather we will continue to see across the Dixie Alley as we go throughout the next couple of days as this system moves from west to east. We saw some of those big storms roll through areas in Louisiana this morning and areas in western Mississippi, western Tennessee. We'll continue to see that threat continue towards the central and eastern Dixie Alley as we go throughout the next couple of days with the threat for some damaging winds, large hail, maybe the threat for a tornado or two, but that is on the lower end. We do expect today to be a lower threat, especially since all that rain-cooled air may lessen the chance for strong to severe storms, lessen the window. So we don't expect a lot of areas to see strong to severe storms, but we will see a few areas getting the brunt of some of those severe weather impacts as we go throughout the day today. I do expect the severe weather threat tomorrow to be maybe a little bit stronger, a little bit of a higher threat, especially with some of the clearing, more of the clearing that will be ahead of these showers and thunderstorms, and I'll get to that in this video. I'll also be talking about the tropics and how we have two areas of development that we need to continue to watch over the next couple of days. The southernmost one, we really need to watch very carefully for the threat of this to move up towards the east coast. I'm really watching the potential for this. Many of the models switching back between this, becoming, just a storm out in the ocean, spinning around this other system. Very hard to forecast, especially since we have two areas that will develop as we go throughout the next couple of days. Really hard to develop what's going to happen between those if we get some sort of force pulling on them. And if any of these fronts off the U.S. coast push it away, I'll continue to watch that over the next couple of days. No immediate threat at this moment, but I'll let you know the moment that changes. All this and more, including this video, so let's get right into it. Here's a look at what's going on across the Dixie Alley right now, across the whole United States right now from satellite imagery. You can see over here on the west coast, we got this swirling mass over here. A lot of big rainmaker for the west coast. A lot of flood advisories issued, a lot of flash flooding ongoing over there. Our main focus, though, right now is on this big area of convection over here in the west central Dixie Alley, extending all the way up into the northeast with this big low pressure system that is starting to build. We have a lot of moisture ongoing from this morning across much of Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, and Tennessee. Still causing a lot of showers and thunderstorms throughout this afternoon, but we are starting to see the leading edge of our front start to convect. We are starting to see some stronger showers and thunderstorms start to build across areas over here in Mississippi, Louisiana, and potentially Tennessee and Alabama as we go throughout the rest of the day today. We've already had a few severe thunderstorm warnings and even a tornado warning in Louisiana this afternoon, and we will continue to see storms continue to build with this front. Once again, not expecting it to be a huge system, but we do expect a few scattered damaging wind gusts and maybe possibly some large hail. This eventually will move farther off to the east as we go throughout the day tomorrow, and we'll see some more severe weather shift over towards the east coast tomorrow, where we'll be watching once again for the threats for some damaging winds, large hail, and maybe a brief tornado or two. Here's a look at our day one severe weather outlook from the Storm Prediction Center. You can see we have a large marginal risk extending from portions of Kentucky all the way down through southern Texas in areas like Houston for the risk of some damaging winds, large hail, and maybe a brief tornado or two, all in this yellow area that I circled for maybe the areas that I really don't expect many areas to see the chances for tornadoes or anything, but I do expect maybe a localized threat in areas of western Mississippi and northern Louisiana, where we've already seen a couple of rotations throughout this early afternoon. We'll continue to see that as this system pushes off to the north and the east as we go throughout the day today. We are also starting to see storms start to blow up along the Mississippi, Alabama, and Tennessee borders. We're starting to see some stronger showers and thunderstorms with some more lightning. Most of these showers and thunderstorms we saw this morning were more just heavy rainmakers. We weren't seeing really any gusty winds and hail from those, but we will start to see some of those stronger storms start to build along this front as it pushes off to the east. I do expect storms to start to fade off as we go through into the overnight hours as this pushes through Alabama and central Tennessee and portions of southern Mississippi, but we will see the refiring of those storms as we go into tomorrow, where we also have a marginal risk of severe weather. You can see over here on the day two outlook, we got an even bigger marginal risk extending up here from the northeast all the way down into southern Alabama, southern Mississippi, and portions of New Orleans for the risk, once again, of some damaging winds, large hail, and maybe a spin-up tornado. I couldn't rule out a spin-up tornado, maybe portions of northeastern North Carolina all the way up into areas like New Jersey and eastern Pennsylvania. But really the main risk is going to be those damaging winds and some large hail in this whole area here. A big area, but really not a high threat, just a 1 out of 5, kind of like what we're seeing today. Once again, I wouldn't be surprised if it was upgraded for tomorrow. Tomorrow's threat does look a little more substantial because this low pressure system is going to strengthen a little bit more with some deeper lapse rates. But I do not expect any widespread activity of showers or strong showers and thunderstorms. But once again, some areas will see some severe thunderstorms. And once again, the severe weather isn't the only problem we're going to have. We are also going to have a lot of problems, especially with the flash flooding. Hence why the Storm Prediction Center has already issued 2 slight risks for flash flooding, one of which extends from all the way up in the northern Appalachian Mountains all the way into northern Mississippi, northern Alabama, and northern Georgia, and then another one down here in southern Arkansas, western Mississippi, and throughout most of Louisiana for the risk of some flash flooding. Substantial risks today, especially the farther you go down to the south and west in areas like Louisiana. I'm surprised there actually isn't a moderate risk with all the training showers and thunderstorms that are continuing to move through the area as we go throughout the day today. And it's just the nature of how these are moving southwest to northeast. And then they're also developing to the southwest, which is why many storms are going over the same areas multiple times. That is going to cause the risk for some substantial flooding, especially areas along the Mississippi River. If you live in low areas near the Mississippi River, if you're put under a flash flood warning, make sure you're taking those precautions. And then farther up to the north in the Tennessee areas like the Tennessee Valley, a lot of rain has already fallen, especially yesterday, and we're supposed to see a lot more rainfall as we go throughout the day today. Now, tomorrow, I'm not expecting areas to see as much flash flooding, but we do have a marginal risk of some flash flooding up here in areas in the Appalachian Mountains, where we could see some heavy rainfall in some areas, especially in the valleys, getting some substantial 1 to 2 inches of rain. Not expecting any high of totals as today. There's not going to be as many training showers and thunderstorms. It's going to be a little more organized, not as sloppy of a mess as today. Once again, so just make sure that you're being mindful of the flooding threat today. Don't drive through flooded roadways, and you should be all right with that. So here is the big picture of exactly what is going on across the Dixie Alley right now, or across the United States, for instance, right now. You can see we got 2 low pressure systems, one up here just north of Michigan, and then we got the strongest one down here located spinning in Missouri right now. That's causing all the showers and thunderstorms right now that we are seeing across the western and central Dixie Alley as we go throughout the day today. That is what is causing this warm, moist surge from the Gulf. And then behind that, we got our warm, dry air that is coming in from Texas and Oklahoma for the storms that went through yesterday. After this front moves through, we have another stationary boundary that will move through. I call it stationary. Another boundary that will move through and cause a couple more showers, sporadic showers and thunderstorms throughout the central Dixie Alley tomorrow. Those shouldn't be strong. The stronger showers and thunderstorms will move off towards the East Coast. And then after that, we should be done with the severe weather for the rest of this week. And then we'll be talking about a pretty dry weather pattern. But for the rest of the U.S., high pressure dominates in the central U.S. right now. And then I talked about that low pressure system that is just off the coast of California, causing some problems with flooding across parts of the Southwest. And even after we are done with the severe weather in the U.S., our attention will quickly shift to the tropics, which are very, very active right now. We have many things going on right now. We'll go through each one individually. First, Hurricane Gabrielle, which will not cause any problems to the U.S. That is quickly rocketing off to the northwest into the jet stream, causing problems to Europe down the road, and England, but we don't really have to talk about that right now. The 2 areas that we need to talk about, the 2 possible development areas would be this one right here. This is the one farther off to the east. More long-term thing. This one will be the first one to develop, though. We do expect it could develop as early as this evening to tonight into maybe a tropical storm or tropical depression. We do not expect this one to cause any problems to the U.S. It will probably curve out before it gets even too close to the U.S. But the one I am really glued to, the one I'm really watching very carefully, is this one that's sitting up here in the Northern Caribbean, right over Puerto Rico right now, that will move off to the north and west, possibly developing over the Bahamas. And then after that, things remain pretty uncertain. A lot of computer models are all over the place, but some of them are showing this crash into the United States as a tropical storm or a hurricane, which would be the worst case scenario. So I'm going to continue to watch this. Once again, tropics are already hard to forecast 2 to 3 days out, let alone a week out. And then we have two systems right next to each other that will be developing pretty much around the same time, moving pretty much in the same direction. You probably heard a few forecasters talking about the Fujiwara effect possibly happening, where these systems start to latch onto each other and maybe form into one system. That would be a better case scenario, where it would feel that low pressure or the high pressure system easier and probably rocket away from the United States. But once again, none of these systems have even developed yet, so we really need to wait till these systems actually develop to have more of a feel on what's going to happen. But once again, because these are so close to home, I'm going to continuing to watch these very carefully, because once if this southern one develops, I'll have a lot to talk about, a lot to guide you on, a lot to show for the track. I'll have a better handle, a better grasp once this develops on where this will probably go. But if I know if this system shows any more signs of causing problems to the East Coast or any area in the U.S., I'll be the first to let you know. And once again, that is all the weather info I've got for you today. Thank you so much for tuning into today's video and supporting the channel. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you click the like button and subscribe for more daily forecast updates like this one. I'll try to dive deeper into what the models are showing for these tropical systems tomorrow. Some of them, or most of them, are all over the place right now. It's kind of hard to get a feel of what's going to happen, but I'll know a little bit better on more of the tracks and more of what the models are showing. By tomorrow, I'll give you more in-depth forecast on the tropics tomorrow. I've just been putting my main focus on the severe weather, since that's the most imminent threat to the Dixie Alley right now. Just make sure that you guys have multiple ways to receive warnings if you're in the path of any severe weather over the next couple of days, and I will see you in the next video.